Mastering English Pronunciation with Shadowing, a step-by-step guide. Hello everyone, my name is James William, and in today's session, I want to introduce you to a powerful technique for improving your English pronunciation and fluency. This technique is called shadowing. If you've ever struggled with pronouncing words correctly, keeping up with native speakers, or simply sounding more natural, then this method is going to be incredibly helpful for you. What is shadowing? The word shadow refers to the dark outline that appears behind you when you stand in the sun. Imagine you are outside on a bright day, and as the sunlight hits you from one direction, it creates a dark area on the ground. That dark area is your shadow, always following you, always moving right behind you. In the same way, shadowing in language learning means following a speaker's words immediately after they say them. You hear the words, and as soon as you recognize them, you start repeating them without waiting. You are, in a way, creating a shadow of the speaker's speech. This method helps you improve pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation in a natural way. How does shadowing work? To understand how shadowing works, let me demonstrate with a well-known speech, "I Have a Dream" by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The first step is to choose an audio clip. It could be a famous speech, a news broadcast, a podcast, a song, a conversation from a movie or TV show. The most important thing is that you should understand the words being spoken so you can repeat them immediately. Now, let's try this technique. I will play a short section from Dr. King's speech and demonstrate how shadowing works. Demonstration: shadowing a speech. I will now play a part of "I Have a Dream" and show you how to shadow. Listen carefully and try to repeat immediately after me, not after the speaker finishes the sentence, but while they are still speaking. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration of freedom in the history of our nation. As soon as you hear the first word, start repeating along with the speaker. Do not wait until the entire sentence is over, jump in as soon as you can. This method forces you to focus deeply on pronunciation, pacing, and fluency. Why is shadowing difficult? Shadowing is not easy in the beginning. Many learners find it challenging because it requires intense focus. You need to listen and speak almost at the same time. You don't wait for full sentences. Unlike traditional listening exercises, you have to start speaking as soon as you recognize the first words. Your brain has to process language in real time. This improves your listening skills and helps you think in English rather than translating from your native language. However, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Over time, your pronunciation, speed, and confidence in speaking will improve significantly. How to make shadowing easier? If shadowing feels too difficult at first, you can start with a simpler approach: repeat after the speaker practice. Here's how it works. Play a short phrase, 1 to 2 seconds long. Pause the audio. Repeat the phrase exactly as you heard it. Focus on intonation, speed, and pronunciation. Try to mimic the speaker's voice as closely as possible. Let's try this with another part of the speech. At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation. Now, I will pause so that you can repeat. I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King. This technique allows you to slowly build confidence before moving on to real-time shadowing. Finding the right practice material. Shadowing works best when you practice with audio or video content that interests you. Here are some great sources. News broadcasts. Websites like Voice of America, VOA, offer news stories with clear pronunciation. TED Talks. Speakers from around the world share ideas in well-structured speeches. Famous speeches. Historical speeches like Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" provide great material. Podcasts. Choose topics that interest you and follow along with native speakers. Songs. Music can be a fun way to practice pronunciation and rhythm. If you're interested in practicing with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, you can easily find it online. Just search "I Have a Dream" speech on YouTube or Google. How often should you practice? To see real improvement, try shadowing for at least 15 to 30 minutes per day. Here's a suggested routine. Choose an audio clip, preferably under 3 minutes. Listen to it once without speaking, just to understand the content. Play it again and start shadowing. Repeat the words immediately as you hear them. Repeat the same clip multiple times until you can follow fluently. Record yourself and compare your pronunciation with the original speaker. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. When practicing shadowing, many learners make mistakes. Here's how to avoid them. Speaking too slowly, try to keep up with the speaker. If it's too fast, start with slower speech recordings. Focusing only on words, not on tone, pay attention to intonation, rhythm, and stress in sentences. Choosing difficult materials, start with clear, slow, and easy audio before moving to more challenging content. Not being consistent, practicing daily is key to improving your pronunciation. Final thoughts. Shadowing is a powerful technique that helps improve pronunciation, fluency, and listening skills in English. It requires practice and patience, but over time, you will notice a big difference in how naturally and confidently you speak. If you're looking for an effective way to sound more fluent and native-like, try shadowing today. Choose a speech, a news report, or even a song, and start repeating the words as soon as you hear them. Give it a try, and let me know how it works for you. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you for watching, and best of luck on your English learning journey.